What up, dude?
You know what?
Man, I get it. Yeah.
You got your ID and
Yeah.
your license and all that?
Yeah,
stuff?
I got all that stuff.
Okay, can I see it?
Yeah, no. If you look at the 379, no, hear me out. Under the 379 statutes, if you actually read 379, it pertains to Fish and Wildlife Commission officers.
Welcome back to We the People University. My name is Abiyah Israel, former police officer, former sheriff deputy.
Open up! Police!
Today's video is brought to you by the YouTube channel, The Armed Fisherman. If you have not subscribed to his channel, please show support. Help him reach 65,000 subscribers. Please go subscribe. Today, we're taking a look at the Orange Park Police Department in Florida. We're going to see Mr. Soliaker, the armed fisherman, on his way to fishing, but he's open carrying, exercising his Second Amendment rights. Of course, like always, someone calls 911, the police show up, but the problem here is the police, like always, do not know the law. We're going to grade these officers today, A, B, C, D, or F. And remember, as law enforcement officers, the grades must be based on the law enforcement officers actually knowing the law that they're enforcing. Soliaker, aka the armed fisherman, he does a great job educating us in this video. So a lot of the information that he brings out, I'm not going to chime in on. I'm just going to post it on the screen so you can know where to find it. No need to do too much talking on this one. Let's jump right in and we'll touch more on it later.
What up, dude?
You know what?
Man, I get it. Yeah.
You got your ID and your license and all that?
Yeah,
stuff?
I got all that stuff.
Okay, can I see it?
Yeah, no. If you look at the 379, hear me out. Under the 379 statutes, if you actually read 379, it pertains to Fish and Wildlife Commission officers. I do have a valid fishing license, and I'm clearly going fishing. Under 901-151, unless you suspect me of a crime, have committed a crime, or about to commit a crime.
Okay, so I have had numerous calls of
That's
concerned
fine.
citizens.
Right.
Okay. So at this point, right now, all I'm trying to do is just identify you.
You don't have.
Hey, listen. And then after that, you're on your way. I understand, you know.
But I have to be.
Listen.
There has to be a crime, man.
So the Florida statute that was referenced is the 901.151, and it simply covers the fact that a police officer cannot request ID from you unless he or she suspects you of committing a crime, or you have committed a crime, or you're going to commit a crime. Make sure you know what reasonable articulable suspicion is, because many police officers now are stating they have suspicion or reasonable articulable suspicion, but it must be reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Suspicion alone does not suffice.
I'm not trying to be hard about this. They run my name across the state of Florida. Obviously, I'm the guy that goes around the state of Florida doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I do this. Like, this is what I do. I'm not breaking the law. And under the law, 901-151, I'm not reaching for anything, but I'm going to gladly show you. It's just a cigarette. I don't litter. See how good I am? See how I'm not trying to break any laws?
You're good, dude.
I get it, dude.
I'm not out here saying that, you know, you are.
Fishing, those are all the dates.
Can I see it?
Under Florida law, I've just done you a solid by saying, here's my fishing license. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to run my name through David, NCIC, FCIC, all those other databases that pertain nothing to do with my fishing license. Nothing.
For those of you who might not know, the NCIC or the FCIC is simply the National Crime Information Center or the Florida Crime Information Center. There's always the NCIC, but depending on your state, you may have the FCIC, or for example, in Georgia, it's the GCIC, the Georgia Crime Information Center. When police officers demand your ID, these are the databases you're entered into. You're ran through the database and your information is forever stored. So don't allow yourself to be stored in either of these databases or your rights to be violated if you have not committed a crime.
Right now, if we're questioning my fishing license, which I clearly have, you can call FWC and they can come out and check it. Because right now, all I'm doing is trying to go fishing to that park right down the road here. Like right at the end of this block. And that's all I'm doing is just going fishing, man. Under 901-151, what crime am I committing?
So, and it doesn't have to be a commission of a crime.
Bruh.
It can be the investigation.
You can investigate all you want.
But listen,
But
so at this point, for us, this is a suspicious person call.
But
so
suspicion isn't until you came out here, and I'm telling you I'm going fishing. So we've just dispelled the suspicion part now. We're past suspicion. I'm not suspicion because the person that called, suspicious person. You come out here, you meet me, I'm going fishing. The suspicion part is now over.
Okay, but
right?
Listen, what I'm saying is
Uh-huh.
the suspicion part isn't over for me because how do I know that you're allowed to carry? How do I know that you're not a convicted felon and you're
Florida,
not supposed to be
Florida.
with a
Here,
firearm?
I can pull up a case law for you. It's called Florida versus JL, State versus JL. The guy was a convicted felon. He had a firearm on him, left it in the back of an Uber, and when they went through the whole court proceedings, they threw it out because there was no suspicion of a crime. They didn't have the right to identify him because they didn't know if he'd broken a law yet. That's the key thing about 901-151. State versus J.L.
Look that up. Show that to him. I'll be
All
right
right,
back.
yeah, no worries. I'm not going anywhere. Right there. Asserts that the police officer did not have the requisite reasonable suspicion to justify a stop or frisk, that consequently the seizure of the firearm was unconstitutional. See what I'm saying? Like, this is the federal case law. This came straight out of Florida. It actually came out where I live. I know about this case law, and the only reason I know about this case law is because these are very pertinent to my constitutional rights. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be a hard butt about this. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. But what I am saying is that I am lawfully doing what by law to a T right now. And unless I am suspected of a crime, you can't ID me, man. Like, I literally have a fishing license valid. It's valid till July of this year. I'm going fishing. I'm going crabbing. This is what the net's for. You know, like, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm really not. But, you know, I deal with this on a daily. Like, this is what I do. You know, I'm sure you've seen the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm aware of
that's
several of them.
yeah. It's 90% of them are me, man.
Okay. Did you build that?
Yes, sir. The same oath that you took to swear and uphold to defend my rights. You know, this is my right to do this. And, you know, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time about any of this.
I know. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm
You're good.
like, yeah, if you want,
Okay,
I'm literally gonna be right up here at the end of the block,
Yeah.
right at the thing, and I think there's fishing there. I don't know 100% yet until I usually get to where I'm going fishing. If there's a sign that says no fishing, I'll just
There
be.
used to be one. I'm not sure.
If there is a sign there that says no fishing and I see it, I'm turning my butt around and I'll go right back to my car and I'll be done. But like I said, I'm pretty sure there's fishing. People told me there's fishing over here, so.
Yeah, people have been out here fishing.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I think we're good. All right. I don't see them.
Make sure you go and check out the entire video. The link is down below in the description section. So my overall grade for the Orange Park Police Department is a C-. You might ask, why did I give them a C- instead of a D or an F? Well, the reason being is because they did not overreact. Let me repeat that. They did not overreact like most police departments that we see. They stayed cool, calm, and collect, although they did not know the law. And the last officer was even a viewer of the Armed Fisherman's channel. So the reason I did not give him a D or F was because of their attitudes and they did not overreact. Well, the reason they didn't score higher is because they are law enforcement officers and you must always know the law that you're enforcing as a law enforcement officer. But Mr. Soliaker, the Armed Fisherman, as always, gets an A+. He knew his rights. Make sure you know your rights. Down below is a link to my free ebook. It's going to help you know what you can and can't do when you encounter the police. And for those who are truly serious about learning your rights, make sure you register for my online video course, properly titled Surviving the Police. It's going to help you know in detail what you can and can't do and what the police can and can't do when you encounter them so that your rights are not violated. It even comes with a pocket guide that you can carry in your vehicle or in your pocket, so when you encounter the police, it's going to help you know step by step what you can and can't do and what they can and can't do. Make sure you know your rights. With that being said, We the People University, signing off.